When you work underneath the law, how do you save someone from being framed for murder? What's up, everyone? This is Yusef for Video Game Plot Summaries, and today we have Mirror's Edge. First, a short review. It's good. There are a few spots where I didn't know where the heck to go, and it isn't a nitro-charged parkour romp the whole time, but it's short and it's worth the price. Okay, here's the plot summary. In this future time, corporations and government run everything to the point where people don't trust the old-fashioned mail. So they hire runners to deliver packages instead. Faith Connors, obviously an Asian name, is one of them. She's not the best runner ever or anything cliche like that. She's just a runner. At the beginning of the game, Faith has to train with Celeste, another runner. Faith also has a handler named Merc. He's always talking to Faith through the ear communicator she has. The next mission, Faith has to do a fair amount of running with a package before she hands it off to Celeste. I don't know what kind of world this is, but the police/blues/CPF are way more athletically inclined than they usually are in regular life. They don't wear much of the gear, but when they do, they wear all of the gear. Anyway, Faith hands off the package and uses the helicopter that tipped off the Blues to escape the roof. The Blues were way more aggressive than usual because they're trying to shoot Faith, but Faith is okay, so she goes back to the safe house to monitor the police chatter. Faith's sister, Kate, is actually a police officer, and she just called in to dispatch that she was going to take a statement for a break-in from Robert Pope. Not even a few minutes pass when Faith hears the all-too-familiar "shots fired" call directing the police to the same location that Kate was heading to. Faith gets scared and leaves just as Merc gets back. She somehow beats the cops there to find Kate sitting in a room with Robert Pope shot in the head. Both sisters know Pope. He was running for mayor, and when the break-in happened, he called Kate. Then he asked Kate about Faith. According to Kate, everything went black, and then, when she woke up, Robert Pope was shot dead with Kate's gun. There was a diary of some sorts on the table, and now it was gone. Presumably, he needed Faith to run the diary somewhere. Too bad he didn't have the resources to get in touch with Merc. And Faith tries to take Kate with her until they resolve this problem, but Kate is not a runner and doesn't want to look guilty, so she's staying. She puts her trust in Faith to solve the mystery.
Help me, Effie, please. You've got contacts? There's gotta be more to this.
Merc chimes in to tell Faith about the aggressive-ass cops heading her way. Faith looks around and grabs a little piece of paper under Robert Pope's hand. It's too bad nobody has a cell phone in the future, because that's a piece of evidence that the detectives probably would want to see. I mean, why even take the paper with you anyway? You can't memorize what's on it? Anyway, Faith gives Kate a hug and then starts hauling ass out of the building. Faith follows the colors and crashes through a mall skylight, where a brother named Krieg is there to escort her. You see that? They put a black dude in there for a few seconds. He was pretty cool looking too. Too bad we never see him again. At least the quote has been met, right? So back at the safe house, Faith, Celeste, and Merc, minus Krieg, are talking about why the police are so darn hell-bent on capturing the runners. Merc thinks that it's because Faith took evidence from the crime scene. The piece of paper says Icarus, and Merc explains the Greek tragedy of the boy who flew too close to the sun with wax wings.
Then the boy flew too close to the sun, and psst, no more wings, no more Icarus.
You know, that story that gets used way too often to explain that someone is rising too high when they should stay in their lane? When really it's a story about listening to the warnings of an expert? It's like you had a small business and you were poor, and then all of a sudden your business does so well that you have to deal with bigger players in the industry. You get duped and lose some money, and some jackass always has to be like, "You ever heard of the story of Icarus? You're flying too close to the sun." Wow, someone is educated. Anyway, Faith knows who to ask about it. Some dude named Jackknife. Merc had a beat on him, so Faith goes out to run him down. Jackknife accidentally busts his butt, and Faith catches up to him. He explains to Faith in the most douchebag bro-scent he can muster that Vincent Burfield was a wrestler named Ropeburn, and Pope hired him for security.
Is this going somewhere?
Ropeburn? Well, he's really just a thug who got lucky. And sometimes people are too ignorant to see their place. Always want to swim in the big pond. Never see the bigger fish.
Hey, that's another Icarus type story. Faith goes to see Lieutenant Miller as per Kate's request, and she asks Miller what he thinks about the case, and he admits something is suspicious. She asks him about Icarus and then starts talking about how the police don't last long in jail. I would say that cops don't even go to jail, but I do know of a case where a good half-Japanese police officer went to jail because of shoddy detective work. Daniel Holtzclaw is his name. Link it in the bottom if you care. Miller gave Faith absolutely no leads, so Faith heads to Ropeburn. Yeah, she straight ghosted him like Batman. I wonder if that's a commissioner thing. Like, why does that always happen? Like, the higher you get on the police force, the easier it is to disappear on you. While crawling through some suspiciously wide air ducts, Faith overhears Ropeburn talking about the scandal he is involved in and how he framed Kate. He does mention Project Icarus and that he is meeting up with another person at Reynolds' place. I have to point out that Faith pulled a pretty cool maneuver at the end of the stage. Corey.
Did you just do what I think you did? God damn it, girl. I just spilled my Joe all over the keyboard.
Faith goes to see Miller and report what she found out with Ropeburn. Miller takes in all the info and pulls out gun on Faith. And talking about private security firms bustling in on police districts like it's a turf war. It makes absolutely no sense. Like, how are they doing that? You're the freaking cops. Then he says they might go easier on Kate if he brought in Faith. Oh, that makes a whole lot of sense, doesn't it? So, they have a stare down, and Faith embarrasses the lame lieutenant.
All I care about is Kate, and for her sake, I'm gonna let you go. But if you pull a gun on me again, I will kill you.
Then she straight up gives him back his gun on some gangsta stuff and walks away. Faith makes her way to Ropeburn's meeting. She sees a helicopter from the CPF heading in that direction. So now she's really interested in who the secret person is for that meeting. When Faith gets close to the top, she sees that the other person is Miller, of course. Who else could it possibly be? Faith tries to get closer. Slow things down, will that work?
If he sends you, we can both go to hell. No one threatens me. Faith.
Yeah, I'll be okay.
So Ropeburn is really ready to talk now. He confessed to setting up Kate and says he hired a pro to kill Pope. He says he's meeting with them at the mall, 2 p.m., and that Faith would recognize him. Could it be Krieg, the black dude that helped me out earlier? He did look a little shady, didn't he? Faith starts to help Ropeburn up to see why he was talking to Miller, and then he straight got sniped from another building.
Shit! Merc, someone's shooting. They got Ropeburn.
So now with no other leads and Miller discredited, Faith runs to her friend Celeste for clarity. Faith tells Celeste about how her family fell apart after her mom died from a protest that went wrong. The father never forgave himself, and that's why he doesn't care that his child is in jail. I don't know. We didn't even get a visual of his face, so that's nice. Merc gets to be Faith's father now since he took her under his wing and trained her. What a nice guy! They could have worked the father into a political person who just can't do much right now. Like, he sides with Kate and he's trying to handle things on the right side of the law. One of the parents is dead, so that's good motivation enough. Dad has to just be a depressed loser? Well, I guess it happens. Anyway, Celeste tries to tell her it isn't her fight, but of course it is. What is Celeste smoking? Faith goes to the mall for a rendezvous and runs into more heavy armored CPF jobbers. Once Faith is free of the cops, she sees the sniper running away. She has a hunch. So she tracks down Jackknife to accuse him of being the killer. Even though we all know it was Krieg, that son of a bitch. Jackknife points out that if it was him, he already had chances to kill Faith, and that Faith should probably be careful who she was kicking it with. It is insinuated that these two not only dated, but smashed quite frequently because of the conversation they are having. It's a little annoying, like Faith regrets it, but not really. And that if Jackknife wanted to give her some attention, Faith would be all about it. But that's just me.
Besides, if I wanted you dead, don't you think I would have just killed you myself?
You're right. A creep like you couldn't have organized.
Now, don't be like that.
Faith notices a security company that is on the rise with a crazy logo, Parandello Kruger. Based on what Miller said about being squeezed out of districts by rich security firms, she figures it's as good a lead as any. After sneaking into Parandello Kruger, Faith finds a master computer which she hacks to find out that the only thing left at the security firm to secure are the runners. Hold on a second. The password is Project Icarus? Oh boy. And that is what Project Icarus is. They are training security runners to stop all the ones that are active now. Wait. No. Even Krieg is up there? He barely did anything in the story. Faith pokes around some more and finds surveillance footage of the sniper. He's at the docks, but Faith can't deal with that now. She's gotta run. Unfortunately, the security from Project Icarus show up, and they are hot on Faith's heels, matching her move for move. She shakes them by jumping onto a subway train, which I don't get. They can't just follow her? So she gets to the docks and works her way to the sniper. They fight and chase. And fight and chase. and fight. And finally, Faith notices a blonde ponytail coming out of the mask. It's Celeste. Now, I was a little tipped off before because of the shape of Cell's body in the outfit, and they tried to throw you off the scent by having Merc call the sniper him.
It's him.
Him?
The guy I saw at the mall.
Which, well, Krieg. But then I saw those hips, and I pretty much knew something was off. The thing I like about playing games is that I'm so distracted by playing the game that I don't have time to scrutinize the story. So when the twists happen in the story, I don't see them coming like I would a movie. But to be fair, I'm barely 50% on calling the twists unless it's a CW drama. Then I'm about 85%. So, Celeste explains that she thinks the runners are screwed and she was just trying to be on the winning team. She had to kill Pope to stop him from investigating information he got about Project Icarus. But if Project Icarus is just training an anti-runner force, why would you kill the dude? Is that against the law or something? Celeste was called in to kill Pope and frame the cop, but she didn't know that the cop was Faith's sister. Oh well. The stormtroopers show up and Faith finds a random flammable barrel to shoot and make her escape. Merc tells Faith that Krieg told him. I get it. Krieg is a straight up ninja. Krieg told Merc that Kate already had a trial and was found guilty. It had to be like 2 days. How in the hell did they pull that off? Faith has 24 hours before they transport her to the real prison. And you know what that means. Death by snoo in jail. Nah, I'm just playing. She will probably be shanked by a reinforced sharpened plastic spoon. Faith gets to a good spot after picking up a sniper rifle left there by a dude named Drake. Then Faith shoots the engine out of the van carrying Kate without blowing up the van. From there, she kills a small army of stormtroopers to get to the street where Kate is. She frees Kate and tells her to go to Merc while she leads the Blues away. Eventually, Faith makes it back to the hideout to find that Merc has been shot. Of course. Father figure's gotta die on screen, you know.
I'm sorry, Merc. I'm so sorry.
No sorries. Just don't let them win.
I won't, Merc. Promise.
Thanks, kiddo.
So Merc tells Faith they took Kate to the Shard, the company headquarters. Why didn't they just finish taking her to jail? So now Faith goes there to end all of this. After swinging through maintenance areas and running through parking lots, Faith finally gets inside. I feel like a parking lot is accessible to the public, but I guess she didn't want to be spotted by camera. Even though the moment she gets into the parking lot, she is spotted regardless. So she gets inside the Shard building to find... Oh.
Good work. Check her.
Gonna shoot me too?
No.
I guess that body armor is not very good. Lieutenant Miller says that now he's on the good team, and that he went to talk to Ropeburn himself after Faith gave him the lead, and that's why Faith saw him talking to Ropeburn. It sounds pretty suspect to me, but at least he didn't shoot Faith in the taint. Miller pretty much says, "I'm your daddy now. Here's a comlink. I'll use these 2 pistols to hold off the next squad in full body armor. I'll contact you when it's safe." Knowing darn well that he probably just told the next group that Faith disarmed and killed the 3 guys. She went that way, and then pointed down a different hallway. However you get it done, I guess. So with Miller's help, Faith jumps around and dodges bullets and gets to a server room that, for some reason, has security protocols that unlock doors once you blow up the servers.
If you destroy those servers, their emergency protocol should automatically unlock the doors.
After busting up a few servers, the doors unlock to the roof where our girl Kate is. Faith runs up to the roof. Jackknife? Are you serious? Where's Krieger? Anyway, Jackknife confirmed that he wasn't the red herring that he pretended to be, but he definitely is 100% that douchebag. And Jackknife casts his sequel bait into the universe.
Who's behind this?
Let's just say I know who the bigger fish are.
Callahan.
Who the hell is Callahan? Jackknife explains that Faith's determination fished out all of the people who could have implicated the big fish in the death of Ropeburn. Boy, this aquatic analogy is getting really tough. Anyway, cutting the lines of communication is necessary for the upcoming war, and that's why they killed all the runners. Now, it doesn't quite make sense why they had Celeste train all those PK security runners, knowing that they could simply just stop working for the company and become runners for the other side. Maybe this company is really secure in its medical benefits? Which I would definitely need if I was going to be a runner. I mean, they probably could have killed everybody they wanted to without the use of runners, since runners are just parkour postal workers essentially. But whatever. You know what? That's good enough. Let's go ahead and run the ending. Thanks everyone.
Still, you did a remarkably good job of coaxing out all those loose ends surrounding Pope's demise. It's why you're still alive. You can't live on the edge all your life, Faith. Sooner or later, you have to jump.
Thanks for the advice. This song is a nice song, but it a copywritten song, and I can't risk it. Even though I don't have enough subscribers right now, it's okay. I will try to make this song sound something like the song that they had on the video game that is already copywritten. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, I'm still alive. I'm still alive. Blah, 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 blah. How was that?
Good.
You like it? Okay, we're keeping it. Alright, y'all, so that was the video game plot summary of Mirror's Edge. What did you think about the multiple twists of almost everybody flipping at the end? I mean, Miller looked good, then he looked bad, and then he looked good again. And Jackknife looked bad, and then he looked good, and then he looks bad again. And Celeste looked good, and then she looked bad. And Krieger, that son of a bitch. Anyway, for those of you who want to know, like me, Callahan is referring to Elaine Callahan, the mayor of Glass City, which is where the events of Mirror Edge take place. And she also is the owner of Callahan Construction Corp. More info is told about her in the Mobile Runner game, but I'm not playing that. It makes sense why she would want to kill Pope, and it sounds like some political scandal crap where she wants to take over the city. She can't take the police, so she hires security firms and gives them clearance and protection to do what she wants. It would sound like a crazy villainous idea, but the last 4 years make me feel like this is normal business. None of the actual players in this game actually died, except for Ropeburn. Miller's still alive, Celeste is still alive, the sisters are still alive, Kate and Faith. And even though Jackknife got kicked off of the helicopter, I mean, that's, unless you see the dude die, it doesn't count. Habeas corpus. Anyway, it'll be interesting to see what is in the second Mirror's Edge. What do you guys think? If you haven't played it though, don't spoil it for me, please. Anyway, thank you everyone for 400 subscribers. And I'm sorry I can't post as much as I'd like, but I enjoy your feedback always. Peace.